Good morning, everyone. Shall I start?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yes, please start, sir.
Please start, sir.
Yeah. A very good morning to one and all. I, Mukul Arya, along with my colleague and I am Apari, would like to welcome you all to the 2 days international conference on recent trends in technology, organized by Bharati Vidyapeeth, deemed to be University, New Law College, Pune, India, in collaboration with the Social Sciences Management Welfare Association, Jabalpur, India. David Cronenberg has rightly said, technology is nothing but an extension of the human body. True to these words, technology is truly a skill that explores vast opportunities to dive not only into the depths of education and knowledge, but in each and every field that exists in today's world. Today, we'll together explore the recent trends in technology by listening to the wise words of our versatile panelists. Technology is a crucial aspect of our daily lives, as from waking up in the morning because of the alarm clock to using mobile phones every day for work purposes speaks volumes louder about the importance of technology in our lives. Needless to say that the scope of technology is brighter than the sun in our country. With this, I would like to commence the conference by saying one thing to our guests. In spite of not being together in skin and flesh, we are truly honored to be sharing a computer screen with you who have joined us from across the globe for this virtual event. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Ujjwala Bendale ma'am, Dean and Principal in charge, Bharati Vidyapeeth, deemed to be University, New Law College, Pune, to kindly deliver the welcome address.
Thank you, Mukul. Good morning to one and all present over here. Welcome to the International Conference on Technology, a recent trend organized by Bharati Vidyapeeth, deemed to be University, New Law College, Pune's Artisan Cell, in collaboration with Social Science and Management Welfare Association, Jabalpur, coordinated by Ms. Rashmi Dubey and students team from New Law College, Pune, and Mr. Brajesh Kumar sir and Mr. Devendra Vishwakarma sir from Social Science and Management Welfare Association, Jabalpur. Today, on behalf of Bharati Vidyapeeth, deemed to be University, New Law College, Pune, and Social Science and Management Welfare Association, Jabalpur, it is my honor to welcome Rania Lampao, Greek Ministry of Education and Religious Affairs at the Directorate of Educational Technology and Innovation, Greece, Advisory Board member, International Social Science and Management Welfare Association. I also welcome Dr. Uday Shankar Sir, Registrar at HNLU and Professor of Law at Rajiv Gandhi School of Intellectual Property Law, Indian Institute of Technology, Kharagpur, Pune, India. I warmly welcome Dr. Maulina, Assistant Professor, Universitas Muhammadiyah, Kendria, Indonesia, Member, International Social Science and Management Welfare Association. And I also welcome Dr. Pushkar Patil, Practicing Advocate, District and Session Court, Pune, India. And these are the today's guests I wholeheartedly welcome, and tomorrow we will be enlightened by honorable dignitaries nationally as well as internationally. And I also welcome them for this international conference. Dr. Asim A.H. Mausam, Global Goodwill Ambassador, USA, Global Ambassador for Peace and Human Rights, Chairman for Peace and Human Rights, Chief Engineer, Egypt AIR, and a member, International Social Science and Management Welfare Association. I also extend my warm regards towards Advocate Professor Ganesh Shingmire sir, Chairman, GMGC, and renowned intellectual property enthusiastic, Pune, India, and Professor Dr. Devendra Vishwakarma sir, Secretary, Social Science and Management Welfare Association, President, Youth Economic Association, EC member of Indian Economic Association, and in charge of Madhya Pradesh. And also, I would be extending my regards and gratitude towards Dr. Swapnil Bangali sir, who tomorrow is going to enlighten us on intermediary guidelines of 2021 impact on global players. Sir is a practicing advocate and freelance academician Pune. So I welcome once again all the dignitaries to this particular international conference. And before we proceed with today's session, I would first like to initiate the session by making you all familiar with Bharati Vidyapeeth deemed to be University and our college. The parent body of Bharati Vidyapeeth University was established in the year 1964 by Honorable Dr. Patangrao Kadam Saheb with an objective of bringing social transformation through dynamic education. Bharati Vidyapeeth is now a leading education in the country and has within short span of 40 years has established 180 educational institutions imparting education from the pre-primary stage to postgraduate stage. Our colleges and institutions of higher education impart education in different disciplines, including medicine, dentistry, Ayurveda, homeopathy, nursing, law, social sciences, and you name it.
Please unmute, ma'am. Please unmute.
Excuse me, ma'am. Ma'am, you are
Excuse me, ma'am.
unmuted.
Ma'am, you are muted.
You are muted.
आपका आवाज चला गया
Ma'am,
मैम।
you are muted, actually.
Oh, now it's okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, so where did we lose? Did I do the inaugural properly? I
No,
welcomed the
ma'am.
guest.
Ma'am, you were talking about the medical part of our college.
So earlier welcome was done properly.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
Everything was done properly.
Okay, fine. And now, let's come towards an understanding of Bharati Vidyapeeth, which is the spectacular success achieved by Bharati Vidyapeeth is mainly due to the foresight and exceptional leadership and dynamic personality of Honorable Dr. Patangrao Kadam Saheb. And in recognition of our academic merits, the Department of Human Rights, Human Resource Development, Government of India, and University Grants Commission of India have accorded the status of deemed to be university to Bharati Vidyapeeth within its with its 32 constituent units. Our patrons, Honorable Dr. Patangrao Kadam Saheb, the founder, Chancellor, Honorable Professor Dr. Shivaji Rao Kadam Sir, Chancellor, Honorable Dr. Professor Vivek Sauji Sir, Vice Chancellor, Honorable Dr. Vishwajit Kadam Sir, Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. Asmita Tai Jagtap, Executive Director, Health Sciences, have established this university with the aim of imparting quality education accessible to the students coming from different regions of this country. And under the visionary guidance of our patrons, New Law College, Pune is ranked amongst top 5 private colleges in India. We have been accredited with A plus by NAC in 2017. We were established in the year 1978 and we have received A grade university status by Ministry of HRD. We are also recognized by Bar Council of India and University Grants Commission. We provide quality legal education at undergraduate and postgraduate levels in the form of LLB 3 years course, BBA LLB 5-year course, BA LLB 5-year course, LLM 2 years, and PhD in law and significant skill diplomas. New Law College always aims towards training and producing legal professionals well equipped with advocacy skills incorporated with visionary and evolutionary qualities as per current industry standards. And the students of our organizations, they play integral part through not just academics but also organizing various events and running multiple student initiative based cells such as Madhyastata, the ADR cell, student progression cell, Saral, CCDL, advanced exploration training, intellectual property and cyber law cell, legal aid cell, moot court cell, and the law artisan cell. I am here to inform you that through these cells, the college conducts special lectures, hands-on training, certificate courses, which equips our students to prepare for competitive exams, career options, greater opportunities for the respective future. As well, various international and national conferences and panel discussions are organized to enlighten the students and society about issues and challenges in respective legal areas. Today, This 2 days international conference is organized by Bharati Vidyapeeth New Law College to enlighten us on recent trends in technology and its impact on humankind. Before we move forward, I would like to once again welcome and extend my heartfelt gratitude towards all the national and international dignitaries for taking out their valuable time and enriching our event with their presence. Thank you, everyone. Over to you, Mukul.
Thank you, ma'am, for your kind words. Now we'll start the session by calling upon Dr. Ujjwala Bindale, ma'am, Dean and Principal in Charge, Bharati Vidyapeeth Team Tube University, New Law College, Pune. Uh, First of all, I would like you to introduce to Dr. Bindale, ma'am. She is a law graduate from Symbiosis Society Law College, Pune in the year 1999 with Masters in Law from Pune University in 2001 and a doctorate in philosophy in 2006 in property laws from Bharati Vidyapeeth Deemed University, Pune. She has been teaching property law since 2001, along with constitutional law, law of torts, research methodology, and international human rights. She is a recipient of Best Teacher Award in 2003, 2014, and 2015. Internationally, she is a distinguished member of International Council of Jurists, London, 2017 to 2021, and has visited Boston, USA in 2010 for Harvard Model United Nations as legal advisor with students representing Seychelles. Dr. Bindale has publications in various national and international journals. She has organized, attended, and coordinated various workshops and seminars at BVTU. To mention significant one is in collaboration with CIPPM, Ministry of Commerce and Industry, India has delivered lectures on significance and impact of IPR at various institutions of BVTU. Computers will take over humans with AI within next 100 years. So we have to make sure that computers have the goals aligned to ours. And to introduce the topic of artificial intelligence and human rights, ma'am will going to deliver the speech. Thank you so much.
Thank you once again, Mukul, and thank you for all this opportunity given. And let me begin with the words and thoughts of Professor Maharshalkar sir, the Padma Bhushan and Padma Shri in India for all his inventions and his creativity in IPR and AI. He says that tomorrow's war will be fought not by conventional weapons, guns, and missiles, but they will be fought in the knowledge market with thermonuclear weapons called information and knowledge. And so, I think today's generation need to be equipped with the knowledge of intellectual property rights, artificial intelligence, and its impact on the human rights. With this, I would like you to take you towards an understanding of human rights in the sense the rights in three generations, which we all are aware from ages together. As we know that human rights are inalienable, natural, pious, universal, individual, inherent rights, irrespective of caste, sex, religion, creed, nationality. They are essential to maintain the human dignity. As per we have understood Professor D.D. Basu, who has explained, human rights are minimum rights every individual have against state, public authority. And Justice Verma has quoted very clearly that human dignity is a pure essence of human rights. And so, when we talk about these three generations, as we all know, the first generation rights possess of civil and political rights, which talk about life, liberty, privacy, owning property, and so on. The second generation rights are the economic, social, and cultural rights. For example, the right to adequate food, clothing, housing, standard of living, and so on. They are the positive rights. Whereas the third generation rights, they are called as the group rights, collective rights, and which are rights of self-determination and determination, physical protection of groups, and so on. Well, I extend these rights and I say now today the fourth generation rights have developed globally due to human intelligence and interventions. And these rights are called as the fourth generation rights, and they are the rights possessing of intellectual property, for example, right of invention, designs, creations, their protections. These are intangible properties, and this includes inventions, literary, artistic works, and so on. So we understand that with this particular rights, we have seen the growth of IPR as well as we have seen the growth of AI. When I talk about artificial intelligence, it is nothing but attached and understood as technological development throughout the countries and throughout the globe. When I talk about AI, I say it is the capability of a digital controlled robot to perform responsibilities commonly connected with human intelligence. In words of MacArthur, I can say that AI is the science and engineering of making intelligent machines. These machines are utilized for various applications, such as assisting medical practitioners, surgeons in conducting surgeries, recognizing handwriting and voice, gauging job applications, loan defaulters, and so on. AI has not only become a boon for governments throughout the world, but also for multinational companies and private sectors. Big masters in the technology are investing more exclusive capabilities to make AI function just like humans. Currently, surveillance, biases, and discrimination, accountability, and liability are some of the significant interference of AI induced technologies on the society. This could have major impact on the human rights of individuals throughout the world. And thus, today, I'm going to just discuss only four major fundamental rights or basic human rights which are really affected and have their impact on the humankind. The first I discuss is right to equality and non-discrimination. Artificial intelligence is invention by human brain, and there are many a times chances of biases towards color, caste, race, sex, religion, which may contaminate AI systems or designs. In criminal justice system, use of such biased AI designs in detaining or prosecuting any persons will lead to miscarriage of justice, and so direct impact on equality and non-discrimination can be seen. Right, then next right I want to discuss is right to freedom of expression and movement. This particular right, we see artificial intelligence has empowered the governments of countries to continuously monitor the citizens of the country through surveillances, which directly affect the right to freedom of expression and movement. The government has full control and know-how of persons and can anytime, anywhere restrict citizens' movements. And so we have large concerns relating to Article 19, Article 14 of this of our Constitution, and of course of the humankind under the human rights. Then right to life, liberty, and privacy is more talked about, and of course we all understand it is affected by AI. In many countries, conventional weapons are being replaced by artificial intelligence-induced autonomous machines. These autonomous machines have no human control, and this could be very dangerous if not monitored, as they may cause death of innocent citizens as well. And lastly, I would say right to work. Due to adoption of automation, major threat has been created to labor market and threat to right to livelihood and work of.
Ma'am, you're not audible.
Since
Ma'am,
okay, since when did I which
the last
last
point,
point?
ma'am.
Okay, I don't know why it is automatically taking it. Okay.
No, yes, ma'am, we are
Uh,
looking into that.
Lastly, I would say that the Toronto Declaration of 2018 has very well articulated norms to safeguard this basic fundamental human rights in the era of artificial intelligence. The government, I think, should adopt the measures suggested by this Toronto Declaration and should ensure transparency and explainability in reporting of where and how government use and manage AI systems. Government should properly train the operators of AI system. More research is required to see the growth of AI for assisting humankind and as well protecting the human rights. So I say that today technology has made a relationship impersonal. We do not know the birth dates of our own family members, our relatives, and we don't even wish them personally. What we do is through WhatsApp calls, what we do is we just make the calls and we send snaps, posters to them of cakes and all bouquets, and we wish them that way. So, what I think is we should promote human interconnectedness more rather than AI connectedness in personal matters, as in WhatsApp calls and all. Further, I agree that AI and machine learning may be able to do most of our jobs, but they will never be able to express emotions like human beings do. So we need to remember that human beings are born emotional, and thus we need to be more sensitive towards human emotions. And last point, I would conclude by saying that technology benefits, but excessive use and interference of technology and AI will erupt the whole humankind. And so we all together should discuss towards how technology, to what extent should interfere into human life and to what extent it should be used. And government should really monitor the functioning of AI in every part of the globe. Thank you so much. Over to you, Mukul.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for telling us so much about the fourth generation of human rights and rights which are affected. So, like,
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yes, please continue.
Mukul,
yeah, yeah, so sorry, I guess network problem. Uh, I guess my audio reception is clear now.
Yes, it is absolutely clear.
Yeah, okay. Thank you so much, Dr. Ujjwala Bindal, ma'am. So now we'll move on to our next speaker and take the conference ahead. So now I would like to welcome Professor Rania Lampo, ma'am, who is a global educator, STEM instructor, ICT teacher trainer, and international inspirational keynote speaker in Greece. She has a postgraduate degree, MED, in language teaching related to cognitive neurosciences, and she's also a passionate researcher on cognitive neurosciences and neuroeducation. She is a PhD candidate in environmental and peace education at the Noble International University of Canada. Currently, she is a STEM instructor at the Greek Astronomy and Space Company. She has been awarded many national and international prizes, and she's a Global Teacher Award 2020 winner and a Global Teacher Prize finalist 2019. Recently, she has been selected as a Global Icon 2020, featured in Passion Vista magazine among the top 10 women entrepreneurs, featured in Fortune, and among the 100 most successful women in business. So, not taking much of the time, now I would like to invite ma'am to please take over the discourse related to artificial intelligence and education.
Mhm. Warm greetings from Greece. I'm very, very honored and very happy to be here today in this
Thank you.
um, and, this great event about technology. And I would like to congratulate Bharati, Vidyapeeth College for the organization of this enriching and resourceful conference. So today we're going to see how we can unleash the power of artificial intelligence in education, because AI has the potential to address some of today's most pressing educational issues, reinvent and innovate teaching and learning practices, and as a result, accelerate the progress towards Sustainable Development Goal 4, which concerns quality education. However, these rapid technological advancements inevitably carry with them multiple risks and challenges. So in this presentation, we will explore the benefits and applications of AI in education, as well as the challenges and concerns, highlighting that behind the application of AI in education, any application is not, of course, to replace teachers, but give them a helping hand in understanding the potential and limitations of each student. Finally, the presentation will refer to policy recommendations on AI in education, including the promotion of equitable and inclusive use of AI in education, the empowerment of students, and development of values and skills for life. So may I share now my presentation? Can you see now my presentation?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you see also the change of slide?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. So according to Max Tegmark, life, defined as a process that can retain its complexity and replicate, can develop through three stages: a biological stage, where its hardware and software are evolved; a cultural stage, where it can design its software through learning; and a technological stage, where it can design its hardware as well, becoming the master of its own destiny. So maybe AI can help us launch Life 3.0. And our intelligence is what makes us human. AI is an extension of that quality. So learning has been and always will be a foundational part of humanity. Regardless of age, we're constantly developing new understandings. So as our collective intelligence improves, we're beginning to create machines that have a human-like abilities to learn and make strategic decisions. And of course, this is not an entirely new technology or subject to discuss. But so far, AI hasn't made any such crazy waves. In many ways, has quietly, we could say, become ubiquitous in numerous aspects of their daily lives, from the intelligence sensors that help us take perfect pictures, or to the automatic parking features in cars, and some personal assistants, smartphones, etc. And while we may not see humanoid robots acting as teachers within the next decades, there are many projects already in the works that use computer intelligence to help students and teachers get more out of educational experience. So we could say that AI is one of the most disruptive techniques to customize the experience of different learning groups, teachers and tutors. It is not just transforming the way teachers can do their job, it is also revolutionizing the way students learn. How this could transform education sector? As I said before, the purpose behind any application is not to replace teachers, but give them a helping hand. It's interesting to see that the artificial intelligence education market is expected to reach $30 billion by 2030. What will be the application? First of all, task automation, because AI has been used in different industries to automate tasks, and this could also be applied in the education sector. We all know that teachers usually have to manage the classroom environment. They have to spend time grading tests, evaluating homework, filling the necessary paperwork. So it's a lot of work involved. In the end, they spend a lot of time on non-teaching tasks, and this is something that overwhelms them. AI can step in and make a quick work out of these tasks, while at the same time offering recommendations for how to close the gaps in learning. So this can help automate the creating assessments of activities and other tedious activities for teachers. Personalized learning. Why? Because it's a universal solution to get a set of tools tailored to the specific needs of learners and educators to optimize the routine, increase efficiency, improve accessibility, and scale the processes. There are already many companies that develop intelligent instructional design digital platforms that use AI to provide learning, testing, and feedback to students. And this identifies gaps in knowledge and redirects to new topics when it's appropriate. So as AI becomes more sophisticated, it might be possible, for instance, for a machine to read the expression that passes on a student's face that indicates that this student struggles to grasp a subject. So this could help us modify a lesson to respond to this. So the idea of customizing curriculum to every student's needs is something that could be possible. Educational software also that can be adapted to student needs. These systems need to respond to the needs of students, putting great emphasis on certain topics, repeating things that students haven't mastered, and generally helping students to work at their own pace. So this kind of tailored, custom-tailored education could be a machine-assisted solution to helping students at different levels work together in a classroom while teachers facilitating the learning and offering help and support when needed. We talk about adaptive learning, and this has to do with universal access because AI tools can help us make global classrooms available to all. And smart content creation. Why? Because this smart content is a very important subject matter today, because robots can produce digital content of similar quality, and this can help us create virtual content like video conferencing, video lectures. We can create smart content that makes teaching more comfortable. That can this content can be updated, can help it generate bite-sized learning study guides, digital textbooks, all within the framework of digital learning. Digital learning interfaces with customization options, and much more can be generated with the help of AI. Also, we talk about how the role of teachers changes, because teachers do not rely anymore on their old residual knowledge. They need to know more and teach students as well. Also, very important to identify classroom weaknesses because in fact, AI, as I said before, can complement the teacher's work to identify some of the weaknesses. For instance, it will be able to identify when some students miss specific questions. So by alerting the teachers, they know they have to reteach the material because the students don't understand it yet. And this makes teachers more accountable, make them adhere to the best teaching practices. Tutoring and support outside the classroom. There are many more applications that are being developed, including AI mentors for learners, further development of smart content, and a new method of personal development of for educators through virtual global conferences. Education, it's a bit, we could say, slower to the adoption of artificial intelligence and machine learning, but the changes are beginning and will continue. The role of feedback is also important here, and AI can help us in this. And also, AI can make trial and error learning less intimidating. We know that how trial and error is a critical part of learning, but intelligent computer system designed to help students to learn is much less daunting way to deal with trial and error. Data powered by AI can change how schools find, teach, and support students, from recruiting to helping students choose the best courses. Intelligent computer systems are helping make every part of the experience more closely tailored to student needs, as I said before. And data mining systems are already playing an integral role in higher education landscape, and artificial intelligence will further change this higher education system. And AI, of course, may change where students learn, who teaches them, how they acquire basic skills, because students can learn from anywhere in the world at any time, and with this kind of programs, they can take the place of certain types of classroom instruction. So teachers and AI collaboration, because AI can help fill, as I said before, need gaps in learning, and can drive efficiency, personalization, and streamline admin tasks, because this could allow teachers to find a time and freedom to provide understanding and adaptability. So it's actually about communication and this changes the role of teachers. Teachers will supplement AI lessons, assist teachers, students who are struggling, and provide a human interaction and hands-on experience for students. So this altering how we found and interact with information, and of course we talk about the global learning because education has no limits. AI has helped to eliminate boundaries. Technology brings drastic transitions by facilitating the learning of any course from anywhere, and AI education equips students with fundamental IT skills. So we talk about the new efficiencies. Schools can define the appropriate methods of preventing students, for instance, from getting lost in crowds when they run in corridors. AI can be also used in the modeling of complex data to enable the operations department to create data-driven forecasts. This in turn allows proper planning for the future, for example, assigning seats during school functions or ordering food from local cafeterias. So we talk about many new possibilities and efficiencies. What are the things that we need to consider before we implement AI in schools? First of all, how to identify the role of AI in schools. To define all the key processes that the use of AI will automate, to explore the challenges of teaching AI in schools and ways to overcome them, to see how we can align artificial intelligence with the existing environment in school, to make the transition process easily smoother, and to see how the use of AI in schools will provide actionable insights for effective decision making. And how to start implementing AI, you can identify your needs in AI technology. Starting point is the identification of the needs and the challenges. Define the strategic objectives that a school or an educational institution can have, to make the right culture, talent, and technology meet and find smart ways to control the outcome of AI transformation. Yet, how we can say nothing can replace a teacher, as said before, technology can expand teaching. And for instance, in K-12 education, we can mention intelligent tutors or reading workshops, translation capabilities, low vision accessibility. For instance, low vision accessibility checkers are helping educators increase access for low vision students. Use AI and computer vision to identify what is in an image and generate a caption. Or translation capabilities. Translation technologies improving quickly, and these tools include more dialects and language nuances every day. Intelligent tutors all know that how they can play the role of a coach many times and how this can be helpful. 2022 have new trends of digital assistants that help K-12 teachers manage classroom, next generation cybersecurity solutions that integrate AI technology, and chatbots are interesting because AI-powered chatbots have been sold to improve, has been proved that they can actually increase classroom efficiency and help teachers communicate with parents. Since the onset of the pandemic, even more uses for chatbots have started to gain steam, and with tutoring seen as a solution to helping students overcome the COVID learning disruption, chatbots could help bridge the equity between students who can't afford a private or traditional tutors. For instance, in higher education also, it's interesting to see that more AI PhD programs have been offered and how they can become popular in many countries, and also here, for instance, not only in Greece, but in Europe also, we have seen a dramatic increase and rise of these AI programs in higher education. Existing AI-based solutions in education, we can mention tech-driven solutions such as TechSpace Learning or Dragon. It's a startup company that creates smart apps using artificial intelligence. Brainly social network for students cooperation, when learners can discuss issues connected to their homework or get knowledge from other students. Thinker Math is an AI-enabled solution that helps kids learn maths. And more specific programs we can mention, nuance make speech recognition software that is used by students and faculty. It enhances spelling ability and word recognition. In New York, Newton creates adaptive learning technology for higher education. In Texas, Aquarium uses AI to deliver customizable STEM tutoring lessons to high school and college students. The adaptive learning platform contains AI algorithms that help educational institutions collect data and increase learner engagement. Clipper's products combine computer vision, intelligence technology, and augmented reality. Um, and many more that are very helpful. And we can mention also Kit Robot that is employed with great success in special education of children with autism. Now, what are the fears previous speaker have already mentioned? I think the major fear is that fear of failure is that it's this rooted in the idea of mass unemployment. Mass unemployment, that, as I said before, have the fear, big concern that teachers will be replaced. And there is a general anxiety about AI and the fear that what we call super intelligence. And this fear is that of super intelligence, of how AI could actually reach a point where it doesn't care for or about the existence of humanity anymore, such as what happens, for instance, in movies. We can mention Skynet, the Terminator series of movies. So that we have this fear that technology will get to a point where it can teach itself and improve and invent on its own. So instead of becoming a force for the betterment of humanity, humanity becomes a servant of technology. And the fear is that our brains will just not be able to keep up with our advancement, development, and invention after a certain point because things will be moving too fast. I think this the big counter argument to all of this is that we are still much farther away from achieving this. And while a lot of technology is moving quickly to realizing goals, there are parts that are working particularly well. So I think that these fears can be moderated. And there are three main camps in controversy. There are techno-skeptics, there are digital utopians, and the beneficial AI movement, who actually welcome this AI movement. We could say that, the philosopher Luciano Floridi helpfully reminds us of several other developments in history that threatened to diminish human dignity. He mentions how Nicolaus Copernicus, Charles Darwin, Freud, and Turing, each one dethroned humanity from imagined universal centrality, and how they destabilized the prevailing anthropocentric view of nature. How Copernicus showed that we are not at the center of the universe. Darwin showed that we are not at the center of the biosphere. Freud showed that we are not at the center of the psychosphere. And Turing showed that we are not at the center of the infosphere. All those blows, of course, weren't easy to take. And remember that every major AI in existence today, major application is domain specific. And on the other hand, the human intelligence is not like this, it's domain general. We could say also in the one-third part about the policymakers in 2019, UNESCO, in collaboration with the government of People's Republic in China, organized a conference which was about AI in education, and this examined of the ethical part. You can find these reports. And these policymakers have tried to raise fundamental questions on how the future of learning will interact with AI. So the bottom line is that the use of AI in education must be guided by the core principles of inclusion and equity. So all policies must promote inclusive access and the use of AI as a public good with a focus on empowering girls and women in disadvantaged socioeconomic groups. So remember that artificial intelligence is a tool and not a threat. Thank you very much for your attention, and for any question, I'm here at your disposal.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for letting us know that technology is a stage in life and not just a skill. And like artificial intelligence is like helps as a helping hand for the teachers and not to kill their jobs and such. So thank you so much, ma'am, for that.
Mm.
Proceeding further, I would like to welcome Dr. Uday Shankar, Registrar at Hidayatullah National Law University, Raipur, Chhattisgarh, India, and had been a Professor of Law at Rajiv Gandhi School of Intellectual Property. He has been teaching and researching law for more than 18 years. He has served as a guest professor under the Magdalene Schoch Fellowship awarded by the Faculty of Law, the University of Hamburg in the year 2016, and recipient of the prestigious fellowship from the Max Planck Institute of Comparative Public Law and International Law, Heidelberg in the year 2008, and is a member of the International Association of Constitutional Law as well. Now I would like Dr. Uday sir to take the helm of the symposium in the direction of the concept of need for an AI interface for improving access to justice.
Thank you, Mr. Mukul.
Thank
Thanks to Professor Rashmi Dubey for extending the invite, and also my gratitude to Dr. Ujjwala Bendale, Dean and Principal in Charge, New Law College, Bharati Vidyapeeth, Pune. Uh, it was indeed a very enriching and enlightening one listening to the previous speaker, Rania. She made a very impactful argument that how things are getting reformed when we talk about use of AI in educational sector. Now, taking the clue from the previous speaker, I will further build an argument that how artificial intelligence can also transform the judicial system or the judicial process in this country. Everywhere we have been studying, reading, researching that pendency is a matter of concern, and it is something to be addressed at the earliest. Now, I look at pendency from two different perspectives, I would say. One, I look at pendency from a positive perspective, that people do have faith in the judiciary, and for resolving their legal dispute, they approach the formal judicial process. And as we have been developing a philosophical understanding on the strength of judiciary, we observe that the strength of judiciary lies in the faith of the people. As we say that strength of the legislature is there on the control of the finance. And we say for the executive that their strength is that they do have the implementing authority. That's what they say. What we say is that their strength lies because they do have a sword in their hand. Implementing authority is the executive. On a similar line, judiciary flourishes, gets more legitimacy and strength with display of or repose of faith of the people. So pendency in one way highlights the same. But then pendency also could demolish that faith, could make adverse impact on that faith. So that is something also to be looked at. And we know very well that in India, pendency is a severe problem. More than 4 crore cases are pending, and that pendency is there at every layer. Earlier, it was being suggested that pendency should be addressed by improving physical infrastructure or human resource infrastructure. Judge population ratio was considered to be a factor. Kind of courtroom structure was considered to be a factor. Now, all these are certainly a factor to be looked at and requires attention of all the stakeholders in order to streamline the legal system and judicial process. I'm not saying that judge population ratio is now a discussion of the past. I'm not saying that proper infrastructure is the need of the hour. But then question comes in that should we wait until these issues are addressed, or should we look for an alternate? Answer is obviously we should look for an alternate, because as I started my premise that it is the faith which is giving larger legitimacy to the judiciary. So if we have to look for an alternate, technology is one aspect which needs to be explored. We know very well that in last 2 to 3 decades, technology has made its inroads in judicial system. It is a matter of fact that courts are equipped with computers. It is a matter of fact that courts are equipped with internet. It is a matter of fact that judicial orders are available in the public domain. It is a matter of fact that now judicial orders are given to the parties through email. It is also a matter of fact that summoning is done through e-process. So for last 2 decades or more, technology has made a transformational change in improving the status of the judicial process in this country, which I would say is to be broadly categorized as e-courts governance. Now what we need to look at is from e-courts to e-justice. That's what is the kind of shift we are trying to explore and to look at. E-courts have been taking place and also very tangibly bringing the result, and litigants in particular, society in general, are the beneficiaries. Now, when it comes to e-justice, what role technology can play? And in this regard, it has been portrayed that AI can be a big game changer. AI can be a big game changer. Now, to build my argument that in what all aspects AI can be a game changer when it comes to judicial process, I categorize three domains, I would say, where AI can play the role. First domain to me is the domain of automated case analysis. We know very well that case analysis plays a significant role in guiding the court in determining the legal dispute. Case analysis facilitates the decision-making process where court, with the help of the lawyers, try to understand that how law has been unfolded in a given subject, how the court has reacted, how the court has, opined on a given matter. This is something which has been a matter of debate and discussion, and something which plays a very prominent role in deciding the dispute which has come before the court. Now, lawyers do this job. They look into the decided case laws. They try to relate with the legal dispute which has come before the court. And then they try to identify that which case law is closer to the pending legal dispute. And accordingly, they try to convince the court that this is how the matter should be decided. Now, this exercise of looking for similar case laws can very well be undertaken with the help of technology, because this is about the analysis of data. This is all about the pleadings. This is all about the parties. This is all about the court decisions. So the data which is already there can help in giving a link, giving a possible channel where it would be easier to identify that what has been the stand of the court on this matter on earlier occasion. Automated case law analysis. And research is going on in this direction. In fact, there are already softwares which are facilitating such kind of analysis. For example, ROS is one well known. I myself is closely associated with a researcher from IIT Kharagpur computer science department who has been working on this subject. So computer scientists, they are trying to employ the techniques related to AI for bringing nearer to perfect conclusion based on decided case laws. So that is one aspect, I would say, where technology can play an important role and where AI has an important role. Second one, I would say, AI can play an important role in improving administrative efficiency, which is connected with judicial process. We know very well that before the matter has been taken up by the court for argument to be decided on merit, the petition goes through a process of scrutiny as per the rules of the court, be it Supreme Court rules, be it High Court rules. And we are also aware of the fact that scrutiny of the petition takes place at the registry, and the officials of the registry, they scrutinize the documents, which in a way is very mechanical examination. And in that process, they identify the defects. And because of that process, things gets delayed. Now, technology can play an important role because it is sort of mechanical exercise. Technology can play an important role in undertaking that exercise. That before the matter is been placed before the judge to hear the argument and to decide on merit, those administrative aspect can very well be taken up by the technology. This is one way of looking at it. Then other one is what has already been introduced by the Supreme Court is translation of documents in different languages. Supreme Court has already introduced the use of AI in legal process. I believe the audience is aware about a tool called SUVAS, SUVAS, Supreme Court Vidik Anuvad software. This tool is in place. It is being employed for translating the judgment of the court in nine vernacular languages, and it can happen vice versa also. And we know very well that translation is one of the issues which also takes the time of the court. For example, a matter which has gone before the court, which has gone before the Supreme Court, where a lot of documents are there in vernacular language, that needs to be translated. Now, if it happens with the help of technology, you would agree with me that it would help in lessening the time, and that would have a kind of direct impact on reducing dependency. And it is already in place. So it is not that the judiciary is averent to the idea of bringing in technology. It is not something which is not welcome. Judiciary is already welcoming it. Now, the third one, where AI can play a role and which is controversial, I would say, is AI playing role in justice delivery system, which is where we are saying that can AI replace judges? Little controversial. Should it be? Answer is yes. I would say there is a possibility of AI replacing judges in those spheres of law where the justice is based on compensatory regime. For example, Motor Vehicles Act, where it is more of looking into the wrong done and accordingly fine is to be imposed. That is something which can be done with the help of technology. You don't need, motor, you don't need a specialized code to do so. Yes, wherever there is a criminal element involved in wrongdoing under the Motor Vehicles Act, you need judges. But there is a possibility of carving out an area from this kind of laws where technology can play a role. Similarly, with the NI Act, Negotiable Instruments Act, possibility is there. Tax laws, possibility is there. Now, whether it would go against the very philosophy of judicial process, answer is no. Because we know very well that logic plays a very significant role in arriving at the conclusion even in the court of law when the judges are determining it. And it is this logic only which is the driving factor of AI. AI also works on logic. So, is it impossible? Are we talking about something which is completely bizarre one? Answer is no. Technology can play a significant role in improving the reputation of judiciary. If we say that it has got tarnished because of pendency, or it has been the case, and it can do so without compromising on the basic tenets of judicial process. So, to conclude, I would say that phenomenally we have done on e-court governance. Time has come where we should give serious attempt on e-justice, and process has been there. Steps are being taken in that direction. We must welcome it, and we should not get unnecessarily apprehended that justice through machine is going to compromise the elementary aspect of justice delivery system. That would not happen. Thank you very much. Thank you for audience.
Thank you so much, sir, for letting us know like how AI can be a big game changer that can move us to from e-codes into a sphere of e-justice. Thank you so much, sir. Now I would like to proceed with the conference. And now I would like to invite Dr. Maulana Ma'am, who is an assistant professor and have been working as a lecturer at English Language Education Department since 2015 at Muhammadiyah University of Canberra, Indonesia, and also teach English skills like speaking, vocabulary and pronunciation, reading, listening, and writing, and also teach TEFL and micro teaching subjects. And her researches basically include on the use of social media in EFL teaching and learning, particularly utilizing WhatsApp in teaching and learning speaking skills. And she has also been working on developing English materials, integrating social media to support and maintain ELT teaching and learning resources in this digital era. So I would like to invite Dr. Maulana Ma'am to please give some light on the application of mobile assisted language learning for EFL learners.
Thank you so much, sir. Sorry, I would like to share my PowerPoint.
Yeah, sure, ma'am.
Okay. All right. All right. Is my PowerPoint visible to everyone?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sir Mukul, for the Master of Ceremony of this event of this International Conference on Technology, Recent Trends, held today, 15th of October, until tomorrow, 16th of October 2022 in India. I'm so happy, excited, sharing my insights or knowledge regarding the mobile assisted language learning for EFL learners. So I am in Kendari, a small island of Indonesia. If you see on the map, there is a K letter. That is the island where I live in Indonesia. So everyone, please welcome to Indonesia. Thank you so much. Respected committees of the international conference held in the deemed to be university, law college, in collaboration with the Social Science and Management Welfare Association. Would like to share something. I hope that everyone could also give some feedbacks if possible. That's about these kind of topics. So talking about mobile learning is actually the current ways of teaching and learning, especially in the English as a foreign language teaching and learning in Indonesian context. So mobile learning has gained popularity in education area due to the improvement of ICT tools, namely mobile phones and tablets, which are small enough to be carried out around. Since it's friendly use, also the easy way of portable to bring around anytime, anywhere, students, especially learners or VFL learners, can access information through the mobile learning. Along with the support of the internet connections in many places, the use of mobile devices to assist actually the language teaching and learning has become more visible. The more technology advances, the more benefits it provides for teachers and learners at every education level, from the junior or from the elementary, junior, higher to higher education. So mobile learning is available and applicable for all level of the education. There is a great opportunity that technology actually development will provide the new way of language learning. One way to develop the language teaching and learning process is through the implementations of mobile learning in the classroom, both in the direct classroom interaction or distance interactions. Digital, according to some to the data, that why is actually mobile learning is used or implemented in the education field, because of considering or seeing the phenomena about the growth of the mobile technology, especially for learning through the mobile. According to the data, a total of 3 billion people around the world use the internet today, equivalent to 63.1% of the world total populations. However, internet users actually continue to increase at annual rate of close to 4%, and current trends suggest that 2/3 of the world population should be online sometimes in the second half of next year, 2023. So the vast majority of the world's internet users, 92.1%, use a mobile phone. So like example, in the university, I'm staying now or working now, even it's Saturday, working on still coming to the university. Everyone has the access to the internet and using the mobile phone, especially for students. And phone at least some of the time. And mobile phones now account for more than 55% of our online time. So in one day, actually, people, particularly those who are educator and learners, they access the mobile contents or learning contents through the mobile technology, like 55% of their time spending on the seeing or looking up the mobile phones, as well as close to 60% of the world web traffic. This data is from the data reportal just now happening. So probably everyone audience has already know about the mobile assisted language learning. Talking about assisted language learning, there has been a lot of research, current research or updated research dealing with this use of mobile assisted language learning in the teaching and learning English, especially in the context of second language or foreign language or learning. So I provide 3 samples of definition based on the experts. First of all, in 2013 works by Amozagar and Khodazanas, they define the mobile assisted language learning as the branch of technology enhanced learning that can be implemented in many forms of education, including face-to-face, like I mentioned before, and also distant learning or online learning. In addition, in 2011, Palar Marty said that mobile assisted language learning or mobile phone learning is the language learning assisted through the use of handheld technologies. And the last examples of definitions of mobile assisted language learning in 2000 year, like previous examples of definitions, Rodriguez, Arancon, Aris, and Keller Martins, they define the mobile assisted language learning as a way or teaching and learning methodology or ways that uses mobile phones or other handheld devices with some forms of wireless connectivity. So with the internet connections, such as phones, PDAs, and tablets, among others. These definitions actually has the the meaning implies of this definition. Actually, it says that mobile learning or mobile assisted language learning is actually the current way or the new way to access the learning content using mobile devices. Mobile devices like the examples that mentioned by the experts, like using phone or mobile phone or cell phones, tablets, and so on. Through the, I could extend the definition like through the connections or without the connection. At least the applications used for learning is there in the mobile phones. So there are 3 functions of mobile learning. The first one is supplement. As the supplement, mobile learning has functioned as a supplement, which means that students have freedom to choose whether they will use the mobile learning or not. In this case, students have no necessity to access material through mobile learning. But it's optional actually, because students who use this kind of mobile learning will get more knowledge than the other. So they who use the mobile learning will get faster knowledge or will get knowledge faster than those who actually are still passive or ignore using the mobile learning. Since in the mobile learning, the internet connections, informations coming so fast, everything is just running so fast. Every information is getting updated there. So those who are using the mobile learning, especially students who access that mobile learning for the learning purpose, will get more comprehensional skills, so ability to comprehend, to gain the knowledge compared to those who do not use the technology. The second function is that as the complement, mobile learning has the purpose, has the role as a program to complete the prior material that has been received by students in the class. It means that the mobile learning can be used as reinforcement material for students in conventional learning process. So they could repeat or they could recall or revisit the material that they have gained in the classroom, or even the material that had been stored and shared by the teachers, and they could look at back the information. So the more they see, the more they visit, or the more they comprehend, the more they acknowledge the information, the more they will get, they will be smarter. The more the smarter they are, the smarter they are. So the third functions of the mobile learning is that the substitutions. Why is substitution? Like previous speakers said that one of the quotation I could got about technology. Technology is not a threat. So a technology cannot replace the positions of our human to, like, they cannot replace teachers, but as the substitutions, or as the support, the help. So some universities, for example, in advanced countries, give not only one model of learning, but many alternatives model to students. The aim is to make students to be able to organize their activities flexible. So they could access, they could learn anytime, anywhere, at least, or at least they have the access. They have already got the application there in their mobile phone, and also they had the internet connection. But if not, they will actually use the offline one. Values and affordances of mobile assisted language learning. There are some here. The first one is about the portability. So due to their size and weights of the mobile technologies, students can, like I mentioned, they can learn in different places at any time, and they are more practical and provide the opportunity to bring new technology in the classroom as well as the outside classroom. So bringing the lessons through the assistance of the platform of the mobile learning, information outside can be transformed, or can be shared, can be shown in the classroom, and the students will feel like they are in a real life situations. The second one is that because of the cost, mobile devices are typically less expensive compared to using the, for example, in testing the students. Testing, for example, the vocabulary comprehension using the paper-based test. Paper-based needs a lot of, more money to spend than using the, for example, the mobile devices. So the test is in the form of the online versions. So it will cost less, also paperless, which makes them affordable for language learning. The third one is about the flexible advantage. The mobile technologies provide learning at the time we want and in the place we want. The fourth one is interaction and engagement. Interactions will not like similar or quite similar in the real interactions, but since this mobile learning has been actually adapted and has been like used every day, students' interaction is quite similar when they are in the real life situations, like in the class or having the discussions. So engagement as well. Teacher and students actively will have discussions in the forum of the platform of the mobile applications, or using the mobile assisted language learning. It says here that it fits different learning styles and enables learners to partake in learning activities. Some students who are audible or audio, who are audio learners, this mobile learning is also suit them because of some of information, some provided in the form of audio, some informations or learning content also provided in the form of visual in the form of the video, some of in the form of kinesthetic. So they could also take the role as giving the examples of what they see, and they could do the role of what they do. The next one is motivation and collaborations. So there are actually some of two more additional affordances instead of motivation collaboration. That is connectivity and also conversations. Learners who feel like insecure will be secure and spontaneously will speak. Some of the learners who are introvert, for example, they could even chat, not in the form of the oral, but they could like chat, do the messages. So at least they are transferring or exchanging the informations. So exchanging the ideas, exchanging the files, etc., pictures or audio recordings or video or whatever, and exchanges to the mobile assisted mobile phone in the form of the technology, and then it is faster. Mobile devices are already available, and it continues to spread in global due to the unlimited functions and mobile devices, and still growth because of the expansions of the inventions, creativity of providing a lot of application for the mobile learning. So I provide here 3 examples. Previously, Sir Mulkus has just mentioned that I have actually developed one of the learning material based on the one of the social media of WhatsApp in the integrating learning material to the one of the applications of social media WhatsApp. But here I provide 3 different one. Probably okay, this one. In Indonesian context, one of the applications that is used by the learners to speak and exchange ideas, there is an application called Discord or obrolan. So this application is available in the Google Play Store. Students, teachers can download that applications. In these applications or mobile applications, students can make a voice calls, video calls, and send messages. So it's similar with the WhatsApp, what else? The Facebook Messenger or Instagram. So the Discord application actually facilitates the convenience of students in learning experience, such as a very effective, practical, and lighter application used in various smartphones because of its small size. So it doesn't take a lot of memory, so it doesn't take all the spaces, but it's just small and has a voice channel feature that allows interaction via voice in the Discord room. And it's light, it's costless. The second example of the application for learning English for EFL learner in Indonesian context, the second one is Orai. So similar with the Discord, Orai gives students opportunity to practice speaking over and over again, and then they will get the feedback. They will be told whether they speak too fast or too slowly. Besides, Orai application helps students alleviate the fear of speaking. It also helps students in increasing their speaking ability on the aspect of pronunciation, intonation, as well as the speaking speed. So this application is very nice because they don't need teacher. Students do not need teacher to like giving them the feedback, but the application itself gives the direct feedback, direct feedback, yeah, or instant feedback, whether they too slow or too fast, or they have a lot of filler in their conversations. And they will learn that, and then they will students will try to do more and more until they will get the excellent results. Another example is WebEx meetings. It is similar with the Zoom meeting, Google meeting like now. So it is a face-to-face conversation with the other person, and then people or students will get or will receive the feedback directly, but from the partner or speaking partner compared to the Orai one. So Ori will give the instant feedback, but automatically from the applications, so Webex or meetings from the persons or the speaking partner, like a Zoom meeting or Google meeting. So a lot of applications or mobile application can be used by students. Also, teachers can direct students or support students to download those applications in order that they could increase their English skills, so they could learn more and more. And anytime, even in the evening, they don't need to worry like they have to like distract people or they have to like disturb other people's agenda or activity. Using Aura is much better. Some questions usually asked, that is that what actually percentage of the students use cell phones? So seeing the previous introductions and in line with these questions, 95% said that they have access to a smartphone. There is a small research conducted here that, and it is expanded, not only 90%, it expanded, or it says more than 95% use smartphones, and they use it because of the learning purpose, also communication purpose. And 45% say that almost constantly on the internet. So using the mobile or smartphones, 45% use that in the connection with the internet. What percentage of students get distracted on their phones in the classroom? If you've seen it in your class, for example, in the university level, in Indonesian context, sometimes students are allowed to bring the mobile phones, but they bring the mobile phones because of the material presented during the teaching and learning process is in line with the purpose of the material of the lessons. So 90% of college students are distracted by phones during class. But don't worry, as the teacher, it doesn't mean that they open the mobile phones and they are not paying attention at us. But as the teacher, it has actually, we have to like give the space, like encourage students to use mobile technologies, so they could get more knowledge, not only from us as the educator, but also from the resources from the internet. So they could like compare it, and then they could ask that directly to us. So the last one is about, can cell phone be educational tools? Yes, it can, because cell phone is can help students to like searching the learning content, and then they could bring information and share the ideas they have code in the during their search or during their surf on the internet. So I guess that is all from my presentation. I would like to say thank you so much for your kind attention, and thank you so much, sir, for giving me the chance to share. Thank you so much again.
Thank you, ma'am. Like, we can ascertain what American philosopher has rightly said. If we teach today's students as we taught, we rob them of tomorrow. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, proceeding further, I would say like technology is a faithful servant, but a dangerous one. I guess someone's mic is. Okay, let me proceed. Okay. So the only thing that can stop a bad guy in internet is a good guy in internet. So with this, I would like to welcome Advocate Pushkar Patil, sir. who is a practicing advocate in Pune District and Sessions Court and currently practicing in criminal matters, cyber matters, and family matters. And he has been awarded his Bachelor of Social Legal Sciences plus Bachelor of Law degree from ILS Law College, Pune in 2013. Simultaneously studied Diploma in Corporate Law from Bharati Vidyapeeth New Law College and Diploma in Housing Laws from ILS Law College, and further studied LLM in International Commercial Law from University of Glasgow, Scotland, and now practicing since 2014. He has appeared as a guest lecturer on issues such as cybercrime, cyber frauds, domestic violence laws, cryptocurrency, criminal laws, laws for women, senior citizen laws, etc., and have also been active in raising awareness on legal rights of citizens. He have also appeared on radio concerning cybersecurity and has given guest lectures to Modern College, MIT WPU, DS Law College, City Pride School, and of course Bharati Vidyapeeth New Law College, as I've also witnessed him many times. So welcome, sir. I would like you to take the helm of the symposium and go along with the ground level challenges to tackle cyber frauds.
Good afternoon to everybody, and thank you, Ujwala Vendala ma'am. Thank you, Rashmi ma'am, for having me here, and thank you, Mukul, for the introduction. Takes me back to the premises of BVP Law College. I hope I am audible to everybody.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Uh, s- since everybody has already covered the topic of what exactly is the artificial intelligence, I had requested Rashmi ma'am that since I'm not a technical person to talk exactly on how exactly artificial intelligence works, but then good presentations were given by Dr. Rania and Dr. Molina ma'am. So it would be not fair that if I challenge their perspective. But indeed, there were certain points which Uday sir had pointed out during his session, and Uday sir had stated specifically that there are certain challenges that the judiciary is going to eventually face. And these challenges cannot be met with the involvement of artificial intelligence. Maybe I am trying to contradict here, or maybe I am trying to put my own perspective, but there are certain things that cannot change the ground reality. You have to understand one thing. In India, I'm not going to compare with the international statute as of now, but in India, as on today, only 38 people have the access to mobile phones. We are trying to enter into artificial intelligence. We have to remember, are there sufficient people who basically know what exactly internet is? Forget about artificial intelligence. Most of the people who are the soft targets, why I'm saying soft targets, because once the people have entered into their 50s and 60s, they do not want to operate mobile phones because they are steadily moving ahead with what sources they have. See, it is like providing somebody, you are trying to provide somebody with a technology which has a capability of doing everything, every single daily activity, but does he know how to operate it? Now, already Uday sir covered the point of how the judiciary is trying to take the help from the artificial intelligence. And if anybody of you remember, then Dr. I forgot the name. He had stated that there was a name of let me take you back to this name. uh, Dr. Karapov versus the Deep Blue chess game. In 1996, there was a tournament organized between the world chess champion and the artificial intelligence developed by the IBM. The name of that computer was Deep Blue. They had played 4 games between them, out of which 3 were won by the human, the world chess champion. The artificial intelligence failed the first round. Subsequently, a rematch was held in 1997, and in that rematch, the artificial intelligence won. Now, what was the difference between losing in the first game and winning in the second game? The development. And artificial intelligence is basically an emotionless tool. It is only going to go into the analysis, and it is only going to put whatever software has been installed in it. It does not have the control over the another's emotions. It does not have the control over another's moves. So he is going to act as per the application that has been installed in that artificial intelligence. Now, it was also declared as a stepping stone into the industry of artificial intelligence, because that app was not developed from 1996, but that app It's self-developed itself. It's its own capacity, and it won the matches. But now you have to ask yourself, who made this artificial intelligence? At the end of the day, this artificial intelligence has also been made by a human being. Now, something which has been made by a human being, there will always be scope for bias. What if the person who is making this artificial intelligence or making this software installs something which is definitely going to make that artificial intelligence biased? Say, for example, I believe everybody of you know that in year 2019, China started a procedure of e-codes, as in it has the artificial intelligence codes. People do not have to come all the way to the courts. They have to submit their data, they have to file the cases online. The Chinese artificial intelligence in the court analyzes the data and analyzes every existing law in China, and it decides the judgment. Now, this is basically limited only to commercial suits, IPR, copyrights, and everything. But eventually, as on today, 98% people have not filed any appeal against the artificial intelligence orders that have been passed. So you know that artificial intelligence is definitely working. You have to ask yourself, what if somebody plays with that intelligence? The maker of the document plays with that intelligence. What do you do? These questions have not been asked because we discussed about how the role of judiciary is going to work, how the teachers are going to work, but we have not asked ourselves how the police machinery or the administration would work if something goes wrong. Now, to give you an example, why artificial intelligence cannot be absolutely relied upon in my consciences, because if everybody is following the news recently, Israel has relied upon and developed a machine of artificial intelligence, and it has been placed on all the borders. That artificial intelligence gun, being unmanned, of course, definitely, it is developed with a purpose of zero wastage of bullets. That artificial intelligence will detect the whatever it's coming in its own way. It will detect artificially whether there is a threat or harm or anything. That gun, that app would decide your fate. Now imagine these guns being pointed at the border areas, and some people are walking absolutely having no knowledge that there is any kind of an artificial intelligence over there, and somebody puts his hand in a pocket and tries to put out something. There is no human being over there. There is a gun who is unmanned and being basically operated by an artificial intelligence. The purpose of that artificial intelligence and that gun is to detect the suspicious entries and shoot it. What if an innocent dies? Maybe we haven't answered to that. We are absolutely relying on the artificial intelligence is also bad. And as already stated by Rania ma'am also, we are not trying to depend absolutely on artificial intelligence, but there are challenges. Now, these challenges are ground level challenges. Imagine a scenario, as in most of you have been already aware of the Cosmos Bank fraud, that in year 2017, a fake phishing website, cyber criminals, sent a XER file to the manager of the Cosmos Bank. From the email ID to the contents of the email, everything was absolutely similar to the RBI website, except for that one zip folder which had come in that email. Now, this manager unknowingly opened that app and opened the zir file, and it was written over there to transfer certain amounts to certain bank. So he thought that it is a regulation. Every time I receive an email, I have to do my job. He also was previously concerned about that XER file, but he didn't know. He opened that file, and you won't believe, in the year April 2017, 1,200 crore Indian rupees were lost from Cosmos Bank. And till today, that matter has not been solved. So you have to ask yourself whether there would be an artificial intelligence who can work in stopping such type of cyber attacks. There will be, definitely. But then you have to consider the other side of the coin. What if such kind of an app goes in the hands of cyber criminals? We are not asking those questions. Now, the global threat that we all are suffering from is the cyber terrorism and the terrorism, of course. What if some kind of an artificial intelligence app reaches out to somebody's hand from cyber terrorism? We are not asking those questions. So they are definitely going to do something which is going to cause harm to the entire humanity. Are we ready for those challenges? Now, a data of 2021 stated that India, limiting my arguments to India, we need 3 million cyber experts as on today in India, or an equivalent of an artificial intelligence technology that can detect such kind of cyber frauds and cyber crime. Are we well equipped? We have to ask about it. If you go to a police station in India and you file a complaint about cyber crime, trust me, it is going to take an ample of time for that police officer to understand your case. Because why? We are lacking the expertise. Maybe we can come up with certain developments, as in certain plan of actions, as already stated by Dr. Molina ma'am, that we can introduce certain kind of apps to educate the children. But this has to begin from the ground level. In India, till today, the topic of information technology, as in use of computers to the students, begins from 6th standard and 7th standard. Of course, there has been development that people are engaged into computers and technologies in standard 2. But then we have to ask ourselves, we are only limiting our arguments to city areas. What about the rural areas? Now, again, I have to go back to the basic question. Who can afford a mobile phone? We are basically not trying to enter into topics of such nature because we are basically trying to focus only on development. Development has to be there. Now, if anybody in the past would have come up with a solution that let us introduce a car that is going to run on petrol, and at that time there would have been a debate that petrol is going to cause major losses to the environment. But then today we are. We cannot just stop over there. We have to develop from there. Now, this artificial intelligence topic, which has come for a debate, we have to eventually think that we have to grow upon here. But how we have to grow? Now that we have to ask, because there has to be a sustainable development. We cannot absolutely rely on artificial intelligence. And definitely, if we are going to rely on artificial intelligence, then eventually one day there are going to be job losses, which has already been covered by Rania ma'am. These job losses, even if we consider that would be limited only for the purpose for initiation of any kind of a procedure, the artificial intelligence, whether it can be absolutely relied upon, whether is a complex question. It can be, it cannot be also. Because once again, we have to think who made the app. Because once a human has made an app, there will always be possibility of a human bias. Because computers or artificial intelligence, it does not have its own brain. It is emotionless, it is fast, it is quick, it is a tireless horse. Now imagine an artificial intelligence trying to record or decode a case. It is going to do it in minutes, but there are going to be no emotions. There will be no settled principles of law. There will be no discretionary authority given, because it will work as per what has been the law. Now, I believe personally that there should be artificial intelligence, but there should be a limited scope. And artificial intelligence, for example, can be kept at a minimal level. So since Dr. Uday sir had discussed about initiation of artificial intelligence in judiciary, for example, it can happen that we can begin at ground level for lower courts where the judge would be an artificial intelligence and the appeal can be dealt by a human being. So this is a possibility, but what lies in the future, we don't know. Secondly, coming to the aspect that in 1920, there was a quote by technology is a useful servant, but a dangerous master. And I believe Rania ma'am had already covered that technology cannot be stated as a master because eventually it has been developed by a human being. But then the question arises, when you absolutely rely on an artificial intelligence that will eventually have a capacity to say bare minimum decide somebody's life. For example, Israel. Or, for example, there have been news, if you are duly following, that the construction sites that have now been developed in China are read, referred, surveyed by all the artificial intelligence. But then once again, you have to ask yourself how much you can rely on that artificial intelligence. Eventually, you have to remind yourself what is the ground reality. You go to a town, small town village, and there would be a fruit seller. You cannot go to a fruit seller and you can say that you cannot send an artificial intelligence to a fruit seller and negotiate. As in, it can grow in future, but as on today, the ground reality remains: are people well equipped? Are people well aware? Are people well knowledgeable about artificial intelligence? Maybe not. and maybe we have to reach out to them. And for the purpose of administration and investigations, are the police well aware about the laws? And if you have to believe me, there are 67% of traffic solution cases where AI has been installed. The camera auto detects certain rule breakers of the traffic regulations, and it punishes them with a fine. But then 67% of the cases being authentic, what about the 33? It is not absolute. That is what I'm trying to explain. And it is going to take time, but we cannot exclusively as in remove it from the picture that artificial intelligence does not hold the future. It does. The question is, how will it find a solution to the ground level reality? Now I believe that artificial intelligence and cybercrime and cyber technologies are certain concerns which have to be taught from the basic level, ground level schools. And what about the people who are already existing? There have to be these wonderful seminars that have been organized by Rashmi ma'am. So there is also scope that the investigation agencies or the commissioner's office or the higher education authorities who are dealing with administrative educations can begin teaching them crime detection technologies through artificial intelligence as well as through cybercrime, cyber technologies, and the use of information technology. So I personally believe that I am on a different aspect. I am only on the ground that yes, there is artificial intelligence whose use can be beneficial for all the people, but we cannot deny the reality that at the ground level, people themselves are not even aware about internet, forget about artificial intelligence. So basically, we have to reach out to them, because if tomorrow we absolutely rely on an artificial intelligence, we won't need world leaders basically, because it will be all dealt by a machine. And forget it not, we are peoples, we are humans. And there is a good quote from this Batman movie, I wanted to share it with you, that when you upset an established order, everything is going to become a chaos. Let's just hope that there won't be any chaos. And thank you, Ujjwala Vindale ma'am, for having me for the lecture. Thank you, Rashmi Dubey ma'am. Thank you, Mukul and Anaya, that you gave me this opportunity to speak my heart on the topic. And I believe the ground realities will one day get resolved. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for letting us know the insightful understanding of what are the challenges and giving the real life examples like Israel and how AI affects the ethics and jurisprudence in this world. So thank you so much, sir. And lastly, I would like to thank once again to all the esteemed guest speakers, Dr. Ujjwala Bindale ma'am, Dr. Rania ma'am, Dr. Maulana ma'am, Dr. Uday sir, and Advocate Pushkar sir. So I would like to thank all for this day. And here we come to the end of the first day of our two-day international conference on recent trends in technology. And thank you so much, everyone. Tomorrow we'll meet again for our second day with the new guest speakers, followed by paper presentation. So thank you so much, everyone, for such patient listening.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for this.